Good evening. Once again we return to the story of Caius, Spell Sword, Dunmer, Eternal Champion, finest courier in Tamriel, former agent of the Emperor, current head of the Blades, in Vardenfell, Auditor of the Great Houses, Nerevarine. And while I had a very clear idea what we were up to at the end of the last broadcast, it is very, very late. I'll try to make it a full recording. But to begin with, I'm gonna get some crafting done and then figure out where I'm at. I seem to remember we were going to pursue an artifact. Alright, as always. Oh, hang on, I don't have Comberry. Now, Kagudi hide is something I was looking. Oh yeah. At this point, I have enough Vide salts that clear out a few of the things at least. Actually, it looks like I probably already dealt with all of this. Probably not the most auspicious start to the day, but at least I know I'm good on materials for a while. Alright, now I'm almost certain we already did our sales, so I'm not going to bother with any of these. So, if memory serves, what I was interested in was Skull Crusher. And now I need to remember where that location was. I'm pretty sure we found it.
Dunmersko told me that the sealed Daedric ruin that I seek may well be Anunabia ruin near Sadrith Mora. The lower halls of Sodnabdia have been inaccessible since the First Era. Several other Daedric ruins have been known to have within their chambers glowing molten pools. Okay.
Oh, wait, I should have wrote this down. A ruin near Sage with Mora. Okay, so with that in mind, right, I'm remembering this now, so I think I see the ruin on the map. But the physical map, not the, well, digital for me, but the one on my tablet. And then the Fighters Guild had a sign-up camp. Yeah, I mean, it's inconvenient, but we'll make it work. Alright. Apologies for the confused start. I should probably take a minute to see whether or not I can sell anything, but at this point I think I'm just going to go straight to Sage with Mora. So we'll try and find Skull Crusher. We'll drop off the flint. We'll remove the curse from Skull Crusher. And then I think at that point we need to start going to Red Mountain.
You're in good company, friend. Welcome, friend.
Hello,
The day is
Maisie.
yours. What shall we talk
Sage with
about?
Mora, please. Alright, now I actually need to find these ruins on the... Oh, actually, you know what? It looks like they're on the same island. But then there's also
was
one
I
far to the
thinking?
left. Alright, well,
What was I thinking?
if I head northeast, I should find it. Somewhere up there. I might be able to see it in the distance. Maybe that looks Dwemer almost. I wanted to see if I could get away with it, but
How can I help you?
I could take a road. Oh, actually that... I didn't think there was a path up here. Now, I think the queues weren't actually the ruins so much as the tomb that was near the ruin. But let's make sure we're in the right place first. Gonna do Soul Trap, and then I remembered that I probably don't have the stones for it. So again, I'd really love to get my speed and agility up through weapons, but blunt weapons are a little bit more in line with my pursuits in the Imperial cult, so not so sure how the Imperial cult feels about it being a Daedric weapon, but We won't talk about that if they won't. Ah! Alright. Pushed it a little too far. I'm gonna be really upset if I perish. Trying to find the heavy health. Uh-oh. Sure, I'll find a way to explore the underwater ruins without going underwater. Alright, and it looks like this thing doesn't have a name. That's discouraging. So it largely fits the description, but again, if I'm looking for a, if I'm looking for a ruin near a tomb.
The Oracle believes that I am fated to recover the ancient Warhammer Skull Crusher. I must discover a sealed Daedric ruin that may be accessed only through the Halls of the Dead.
Alright, this is sounding good.
To help me solve the puzzle of the prophecy, the Oracle told me to consult a Dunmer Scout and a Dunmer Savant. Her vision suggests that I must face restless spirits and powerful Daedra to recover the Warhammer. If I find Skullcrusher, I must return it to the Oracle so that she may free it of its creator's curse. A Dunmer Savant told me that Halls of the Dead might refer to any Dunmer ancestral tomb. The ancient Dunmer word for ancestral tomb is Cardun. Rune translates as home or hearth hall. Card means undeparted kin wardens. Then to find access to Skullcrusher in the sealed Daedric ruin, I must search for ancestral tombs near the ruin. Perhaps there is an underground passage between the tomb and the sealed Daedric ruin. A Dunmer Scout told me that the sealed Daedric ruin I seek may well be Anudabia, a ruin near Sadrith Mora. The lower halls of the ruin have been inaccessible since the First Era, and several other Daedric ruins are known to have within their chambers glowing pools of molten stone. Such pools may have fueled the forge of the master weapon maker and his enchanter.
Alright, so I'm gonna work on the assumption that this is a spot. As for the matter of the ancestral tomb, yep, that looks suggestive. Alright, so we don't know that this will lead us to where we want to go, but we'll start with it. And if nothing else, I guess we get an adventure. Probably should have paid attention to enemies before they leave, but haha. I mean, putting a lockpick in the family tomb, you're really just asking to get robbed at that point. Probably could have stood to be a little more careful about how I went in here. I'm not sure if going up or down is the right call right now. Alright, it was down, but while I'm at it, there it is. Suppose there's probably a key in that lower area, but let's see if we can handle it. is mine. Well, at least I can dry off. Pretty sure we've already read the Armorer's Challenge. It's like the fight between the Argonian and the Horde or the Cyrodiilian. And I don't know if I've read Sermon 25, so we'll cross-reference that with my library before going any further. Should have got him to sign a copy of the sermons. Oh, that looks like something I want. That is not the armor. They did that on purpose. I wonder if it said anything about where I'd find it. Alright, so it may still be somewhere in this forge. I just don't exactly want to go leaping into the flames to find it. Oh god, I hope I'm not stuck. Good. So it seems like there might be a higher level here. The question is, do I want to try and pursue that? Nah, why not? Alright, so it looks very cool, but does not seem to bring me any closer to my objective. Ah! I'm sure there's something that I don't need that I picked up. so you don't want to give up any of this. This might be a time for me to... Yeah. Kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because that's actually a heavy fortify strength, so... Wait. I didn't see that. I get the impression there's probably 100 people screaming at the monitor right now. Level 80. Okay, well. There it is. Now I can fly out before I fall into the... Oh god. Made it. Probably better than my mace. Oh yeah, we are hanging on to that. Does it happen to need any repairs? I can't blame me for trying. Alright, let's see what else is here. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright. So there's a little bit of a problem with looting here, in the sense that if I go nuts, the plan isn't necessary to go back straight to Balmora. It's to deliver the booze. I bet that key opened everything that I needed. Alright, we're back on track. It's still going to be something of a long journey, but I think we can handle it now. So the best bit here, honestly, is just to levitate my way to sign-up camp. Although this mode of transport might be a little slow. You know, it's probably faster just to go to Voss. That's a nice shot. So I'm trying to get to the docks before the strength wears off. I'll be able to regenerate a bit of magicka on the boat ride over.
I'm Galus Arethi, shipmaster of Sadrith Mora. What's your destination?
Voss, if you have it. No, of course you don't. You know, Ebonheart lets me turn in the...
3 blessings, Sarah.
Tell Mora it is.
I can spare a few moments, if you care to talk.
Travel to Voss, please. Alright, I am doubtful that we're gonna make it to the Zainab camp in time, but let's do our best. It's not just that I need to make it to the Zainab camp, I need to make it to the Zainab camp and then find where this delivery is.
Perseus Mercius asked me to deliver a load of Flynn to Dangor in the Eithpal mine, which is at the base of West Red Mountain, just west of the Zainab camp.
So if I overshoot it by a bit, that's fine, just so long as the bias is westward. I remember when I used to want to get these guys because of the fortify and restore fatigue. And then I found out it knocked me unconscious during most of my fights. So normally I try to pick a fight here, but I'm trying to maximize the use of this potion. Or, well, not potion, but spell. Which directly maximizes. Well, I'm also not going to turn down the fight. it is at the base of Red Mountain, so I should probably... I should probably get off the mountain at some point. Well, this is a mountain. I don't know if it is Red Mountain. I'm mad that I didn't get a Kaguri hide out of that. This doesn't seem like the spot I need to be. Alright, well, before I go in there, let's just make sure I'm not getting too far ahead of myself. Alright, well, that's the cap, so... Yeah. Did I just mess something up? So I'm trying to untangle it out. There we go. Pretty sure at this point I'm just wasting time. Yeah, those aren't miners over there. And I am well and truly west of the camp. Doesn't feel like this lasts very long. If that's the entrance over there, I'm gonna hit myself. Oh my god. Am I just blind? Oh well.
You're in an ebony mine, and all the ebony belongs to the Emperor, so don't touch the ebony or the guards will kill you.
Who do I gotta give this to? Dangler.
So good to see you.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Although given the hour, if I want to make it back to Balmora, I can probably just sleep to restore Magicka.
And how are you?
Are you here to deliver the flint?
I am.
Thanks, guys. I've been looking forward to the shipment. I delivered a load of flint to the Elith Pal mine. Now I need to report back to Perseus Mercius and Aldroon.
Well, before I do that, might as well do the restore fatigue just in case. Alright, time to drop some stuff. I am technically going without a weapon this way, but... No. No! Just trying to find the right angle. This is atrocious. Ah, well. Alright, that I can definitely sell. What about the rest of this? Right, Wraithguard is not something I want to sell or drop. Alright, I think I can make this work. Now, Vivek. So, 25. Yep. sell from what I already have. Unless I had a Kagudi hide. Sort of the premium stuff up here. Alright, so all of these books I'm able to sell. What's more efficient for weight? 0.5 versus 1. Okay. It's a lot of hammers. I'll sort them out later, but for now I'm keeping the prongs. Little too much weight, but I won't be taking the katana.
So good to see you.
At this point, I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I'm in town, so I can sort of get rid of some stuff.
What?
A warm welcome to you.
Basically, every time I go to Belmore, I gotta remember to sell one of those off.
May you find
How do you do? Alright, ton of books. I don't understand why this isn't with the others. Oh, because it doesn't start with scroll, that's why. I thought I had a couple more. Oh, there it is.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
I
Alright,
must
so
say,
I think
find you
the
most
Fighters Guild
interesting
has
right
got
now.
the
Please go ahead.
best deals, or the best chance to liquidate some of these. Definitely not the Indoril helmet, though. Maybe I don't need to make this complicated. Well, that's close. It's worth a shot. After the vigorous haggling session, the person with over 200,000 septims walks away with a fraction of that wealth. Or, sorry, a fraction of the interest he earns on that wealth. I'm not even gonna try. Again, a lot of this is just about getting rid of weight, because all the exclusive fire potions and whatnot weigh more than the equivalents that I make. So, you know, I don't need 0.3 for a rising force when I've already got 36 that weigh 1. I might hang on to spell absorption. Definitely hanging on to fortified strength and speed. It's usually a quality hanging around somewhere. Or spoiled. I really don't have much else that I can sell. There are other things that I can buy and sell as well as do, so I could craft a bunch of potions, seeing as I'm sort of out. And I know there's a bunch that I would have materials that I'd be able to pick up from the alchemist, but at this point I'm just as happy to pick up my stuff and move on. For now, I'm obligated to use the katana until I remove the curse. I feel like I'm still carrying too much weight, but I can't quite put my finger on what I'm supposed to drop. So, as much as I'd like to get more, as much as I'd like to get my hammer going, I am going to stop by Eldarin first.
May you find all that you seek, traveler.
What am I doing? Sorry, like I said, it's late. Why ride when you have a good guide?
You're in good company, friend.
How about sharing the wealth? How fare thee, friend? have a feeling that you and I...
Now, where did I put that?
Good work, Caius. A load of Flynn can get heavy after a few steps. I prefer brandy myself. Could I offer you some? Something to wet your throat after a long trip?
Sure.
Here you go, Caius, and here's 500 septims I owe you for the contract. Check with me again if you need more orders. The only way to save the Fighters Guild from the corruption of the Kimona Tong is to get rid of Soaring Hardheart and those loyal to him. If you kill his chief supporters, Idris Fireeye and Lorbumal Gor Aglath, I'll put my own life on the line to support you as the new Guildmaster.
Oh. Yeah.
You can find her at the Guild of Fighters in Balmora. Kill her and report back to me. Lorbumal is the Guild of is in the Guild of Fighters in Vivek. Kill him and report back to me.
You seem like very good company.
I mean, I feel a little bad about one of them who is quite decent to me, but...
How about sharing the wealth?
Well, before I get into a fight, let's go to Vivek.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really. Share your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
I don't.
Very happy to make
I don't know how I do that, but...
What do you want, Outland?
Alright, so before I do anything, I want to remove the curse. But I do think one of my targets was in Vivek. Yes. Alright, so looks like we're holding things off again.
If you're here for trouble.
How are you?
The real dilemma is that I suspect with the Oracle quests, I'm gonna have more opportunities to get artifacts. The fact that Skullcrusher was a blunt weapon helped my decision there. But I mean, at some point I do need to deal with the possible destruction of Morrowind.
The sun and moons transform day to night, but what transforms the mind?
Helps, man.
Nice to see you, friend.
Alright, let's see if I get it right this time. So, I think this is where I normally go.
Hello.
How may I help you, Dunmer?
This is where I came from. Where is it? Yeah, this is where I came from. Unbelievable.
I like what I see.
Pleasure to meet you too.
This is Skullcrusher? It is indeed marvelous, but I can detect no trace of any evil curse upon this weapon. Perhaps it is only a legend. Perhaps it is a blessing and not a curse that prevents it from thieves. Perhaps we can still perceive the hidden motions of the gods in this. It is safe, I assure you. Receive my special blessing so that you may dedicate yourself further to the service of the Nine, and speak with me again if you are ready for another of my oracle's quests.
Folkwarn, eh? I forgot to put the 6 house amulets away. What the heck did you just give me? Ah.
You've done well, Caius. You've kept your oath well, faithfully served me in the Oracle's quests. If I need your help again, I shall send word for you through others of high rank in the cult.
What about advancement?
You have the attributes and skills we expect in our high-up ranks, but you've not dedicated enough time and service to the Nine towards advancement.
What? Pretty sure she told me I didn't have the abilities last time. So I guess this means there's no more, there's no more quests here.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
I appreciate your asking, Caius, but I have no more Shrine Sergeant missions for you. If you haven't already considered being one of our lay healers or almoners, I suggest that you talk to Sinilin Tufus or Ilias Stripter downstairs. I passed your name to our oracle here. She may have some more difficult challenges to interest you, but it's always good to see you. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
I'm good, thanks. I wonder if the
Go ahead.
feather's gonna help me with the scroll of Icarian flight. The real way to learn acrobatics if you're Caius is trying to balance
Welcome.
over the
You
moat.
wish to talk.
Alright, so I was gonna do my first assassination in Balmora, but it seems to me that it's just as easy to go to the Fighters Guild in Vivek. he has until I get indoors.
I can spare a few moments if you care to talk.
We're watching you.
I realize I don't have quite as much to say about what's going on. Sorry about that, but I think I got a little not sidetracked, but I ran into some unexpected troubles getting started, so I'm still just processing it all. Now that we've got, I mean, we would have been on our way to Red Mountain at this point, except that we seem to have something interesting with the Fighters Guild. Once that's done, though, I think it's time that we paid a visit to Dagothar.
Escape while you can.
You know why I'm here.
I see you've risen to Guardian, Caius. I've also heard you've been sent to kill me. The only one who'll be taking over is Guildmaster. I won't let you take my rank in the guild.
Hammer time. And your soul patch sucks. I'm heading back home right away, right? So I can just dump this all back home. I don't know if it counts as theft if I do it here.
Mixed Unit Tactics in the 5 Years' War, Volume 1 by Codus Colonus. The legions could learn from the unconventional tactics used by the Khajiit in the 5 Years' War against Valenwood. I was stationed at Sphinxmoth Legion Fort on the border near Dune and witnessed many of the northern skirmishers firsthand. The war started with the so-called Slaughter of Torval. The Khajiit claimed that the Bosmer invaded the city without provocation and killed over 1,000 citizens before being driven off by reinforcements from a nearby jungle tribe. The Bosmer claim was that the attack was in retaliation for Khajiiti bands who were attacking wood caravans headed for Valenwood. In the spring of 3rd Era 396, the war moved closer to Fort Sphinxmoth. I was posted on lookout and saw parts of the conflict. I later spoke with both Khajiit and Bosmer, who fought in the battle, and it will serve as an excellent example of how the Khajiit used a mixture of ground and tree units to win the war. The Khajiit began the fight in an unusual way by sending tree-cutting teams to Cathay Rat and the fearsome Senche Rat, or battle cats, into the outskirts of Valenwood's forests. When word reached the Bosmer that trees were being felled, allegedly a crime in the strange Bosmeri religion, a unit of archers were dispatched from larger conflicts in the south. The Bosmer were thus goaded into splitting their forces into smaller groups. The Bosmer archers took up positions in the remaining trees whose branches were now 20 or more feet apart, allowing some light into the Bosmer forest floor. The Bosmer bent the remaining trees with their magics into small fortifications from which to fire their bows. When the tree cutters arrived the next morning, a half-dozen Khajiit fell to the Bosmer arrows in the first volley. After that, the Khajiit took large wooden shields from the backs of the Senchirat and made a crude shelter. The Khajiit, even the enormous Senchirat, were able to hide between this shelter and one of the larger trees. When it became apparent that the Khajiit could not leave their shelter, some Bosmer chose to descend and engage the Khajiit sword to claw. When the Bosmer were nearly upon the shelter, one of the Khajiit began playing on a native instrument of plucked metal bars. This was a signal of some kind, and a small group of man-like Ohms and Ohmsrat emerged from the covered holes on the forest floor. Although outnumbered, they were attacking from behind by surprise and won the ground quickly. The Bosmer archers in the trees would have still won the battle were they not having troubles of their own. A group of Dagi and Dagerat, two of the less common forms of the Khajiit who live in the trees of the Tenmar forest, jumped from one tree to another under a magical cover of silence. They took up positions in the higher branches that could not hold a Bosmer's weight. When the signal came, they used their claws and either torches or spells of fire, accounts from the two survivors I spoke to vary on this point, to distract the archers while the battle on the ground took place. A few of the archers were able to flee, but most were killed. Apparently, the Dagi and the Dagerat have more magical ability than is widely believed if they were able to keep themselves magically silenced for so long. One of the surviving Bosmer told me that he saw a few ordinary cats among the Dagi and even claimed that these ordinary cats are known as Alfiq, and that they were the spellcasters. The Bosmer are almost as unreliable as the Khajiit when it comes to the truth, and I cannot believe that a house cat can cast spells. At the end of the day, the Khajiit lost perhaps a half-dozen fighters out of a force of no more than 4 dozen, while the Bosmer lost nearly an entire company of archers. The survivors were unable to report back before a second company of archers arrived, and the strategy was repeated again with similar results. Finally, a much larger force was sent, and the Bosmer won that battle with the help of the native animals of Valenwood. That third skirmish and the Khajiiti response I will discuss in the second volume of this series.
Trying to get the low-quality stuff out of my inventory first. So I guess the question is, do I want to spend the mana on the recall or on the... Well, I'm sure I can find 7 weight somewhere. You know what, if I got rid of the if I'd gotten rid of the 6 house amulets, that would have been enough. Give him his cuirass back.
Well, what brings you here, friend?
watching.
do you...
I must say, I find you most interesting right now. Please go ahead.
With pleasure. Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Belmora, please.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company.
Welcome.
I must say, I find you
Stay
most
small
interesting.
if you like.
Please
I see you visited a guardian, Caius. Word on the street is you become Mercius' lapdog, and he sent you to kill me. I'm afraid I can't let that happen. You always were a disappointment.
Alright, I don't feel bad about it.
Not today.
Call me a disappointment, will you? Ah, well. Everything seems to be in order. Hey,
Share
guys.
your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
So good to see you.
Alright, it's still the same day. I'm pretty sure anyway, so I'm not going to be able to
Need not be.
sell any of this. But we can at least put it in the pile. Yeah, I don't know why I was hanging on to that either. I'll hang on to the steel arrows, but... Alright, and again, the temptation here. Well, temptation is really growing to spend some quality time on potions, but I'll resist as best as I can. I think the rest of this just needs to go in a big pile. Okay. I just want to make sure that I didn't have... Alright, looks like mixed unit tactics is still something I haven't read yet, so that goes there. Oh, Subtail's codebook. Alright. It's kind of a special book, but I'll put it there for now. Alright, well, that's that. We still have a bit of time left in the day, so let's go back to Elder and see. I'm pretty sure I know how I become Grandmaster, but...
3 blessings.
Welcome, friend. You're nearly a legend around here. Please, talk.
An honor, to be sure.
To Eldarin, please.
How about sharing the wealth? Should you need something,
There's a spy in the organization.
Now that Aegis Fire Island and Lormbal Groelash are dead, you must take the battle to Surig Hardheart.
I never would have guessed.
The Fighters Guild is better off without him. There's one more thing you must do, Caius. Once you've done this, I will name you Guildmaster. You must kill Suring Hardheart. There's one more step to freeing the Fighters Guild from corruption. You must kill the Guildmaster Suring Hardheart. Take this key, Caius. It will let you into my private rooms. In the chests, you will find 2 suits of armor. They were mine from years ago. They may help you fight Suring Hardheart. In spite of his faults, he's one of the best warriors in Vardenfell, so be careful. He's also likely in the Fighters Guild in Vivek. He'll be expecting you.
Well met.
Yeah, that's the thing you always want to hear when you're doing a conspiracy to take out the leader. He'll be expecting you. You kidding me? I don't need this. If I just waited long enough, I could have got these. No glass tower shield, sadly. Alright. We can just head straight to Vivek.
how about sharing the wealth?
I'd be happy to talk.
Share your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
This is better. Stay as long as you like. It would be a privilege to talk with you.
If there's anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
We'll talk later.
We share the same company. What can I do for you?
Have you done what I asked? Are the Thief Guild's bosses dead yet?
Not exactly. Did I not take the mission?
This is fighting. How does it feel to know death is near?
You're growing weaker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not in the Fighters Guild anymore.
You can't escape.
Ah, you bring good fortune with you. Welcome.
Alright, I don't normally like doing this. I'm gonna take a quick look at the wiki to see how this is supposed to be done. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so apparently I do need to provoke him.
You choose to share your time with me. You humble me.
So I wonder if I just straight up take his...
Kill the thief.
Is there a bounty on me? Nope.
I'll see
Okay,
you
yeah,
dead.
so, what I'm trying to do is stop people from, I'm trying to, find a way to make him attack without, I mean, I'll kill the rest of the guild if I have to, but I feel like there's other ways of doing this. You know what?
Fool.
Eh. Now before I save any of this, I want to make sure that I don't suddenly wind up attacked in all the fighters' guilds. You guys are never gonna guess what happened in Vivek.
An honor, to be sure.
In fairness, it probably wasn't great tradecraft to walk by one of my guild knights, pulling out a hammer saying, "Hey, where's the guild leader?"
Welcome. Please don't be shy.
Guess
You
what?
seem like very
Have you
good
settled the
company.
matter of Soaring Hardheart yet? I pray that the business is ended soon.
Well, good news.
You saved the Fighters Guild from Soaring Hardheart and his allies in the Kimona Tong. As I promised, I am naming you the new Guildmaster. Congratulations, Master Caius. You are the Guildmaster. There is no higher rank than you. Percy Merceus thanked me for killing Soaring Hardheart. He promoted me to Master of the Fighters Guild.
Welcome.
And I only needed to commit several murders instead of the other several murders that originally turned me against him. Alright, I suppose I should be taking a look at how do I get the Ghost Gate. I think Belmore is still the best bet for that. So with that in mind, actually, I'm just going to do Recall. Because I want a nap. Alright. Next up, see how much of this I can sell.
You find all that you
She doesn't have parents. Not exactly the circumstances I would like to be going to. The ghost gate under, but I can't control the weather.
Three blessings.
Please don't talk to me about the 6th house. I said one thing. Alright. Honestly, I think I'll just follow the plan that Vivek laid out, but I am going to need to find the people I need to talk to learn the area. And I'll start a D just in case. I always get a little nervous when I have something where I take out a figure like that, and I'm worried I'll end up in some situation where I'm not able to complete the game. So I allow for a branch just in case. I'll maybe review the plan when I get to the ghost gate. If the Quarv doesn't come after me, well, fine. Just pop him on the nose once. Remind him who's boss. Stop! Fire those skills. Those things still have enough numbers to survive. I do really hate that I'm jumping all over the place, but it is a fast way of traveling. I also hate the fact that I mentioned that I hate jumping each time. that they let me build speed potions. I think Dagother has learned my greatest weakness, getting wet. Little does he know it just makes me angrier. He's gonna practice with the bow, actually, but looks like he was really insistent to get in close. One thing that would be kind of neat is if you could walk and read. I mean, I do that in real life all the time. I can see lots of reasons why you would want to implement that in a game, but especially for spots which aren't necessarily always the most exciting to see, being able to read some of the texts on the way would be kind of nice. There's always that hope that they've got new inventory.
How are you?
The hopes are dashed. Alright, so before we go any further, let's reread this plan and just see where we're at. Alright, so I gotta talk to someone about getting a map, it looks like.
Hello, Caius. I've heard that Lord Vivek has declared you to be the incarnate of the Nerevarine of Prophecy. Sorry, the incarnate and Nerevarine of Prophecy. Sudden changes of doctrine upset some people, but Dagother is a real enemy, and we offer prayers and thanks for the new hope you bring us. How can I help you? Are you looking for someone in particular? Do you need services? Is there some specific place you'd like to visit? Do you want to know about my trade? Do you need a little advice, the latest rumor, or a little secret?
You're a Guildmaster. Well, alright, you know what? Let's just talk to the person in charge. I would like to speak to the manager.
Hello. Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Hello, Caius. The Archcanon has announced that Lord Vivek has selected you as a champion of the temple in the war against Dagother in the 6th house. It's very confusing, but we have faith in Lord Vivek, and we will pray for your quest. Can I help you? Are you looking for someone in particular?
What do you do here? Where's the boss?
What do you want?
Hello? I'm waiting.
Maybe the people I need to talk to are,
Let's see.
There's someone watching me. I can...
maybe they're inside the ghost gate, I don't know.
What do you want?
Alright, so that was the boss you were talking with. These people have nothing for me. I don't know why I did it this way. I hear the music for something else. Am I going nuts? Ah! Okay, that still wasn't it. I want to take a minute with these orders again. Yeah, so the maps are what weird me out.
We're watching you. Scum.
Let me get the exact people I need to talk to. Okay, coordinators count. Nothing about a map, huh? Alright,
Let's not
Speak
make
quickly,
this official,
Outlander, or go
Outlander.
away.
Move along.
The ancient Dwemer citadels on Red Mountain are no longer known by their Dwemer names, but we now take the names of their Dagoth lords, Endusal, Ordusal, Vemnile, Turinile, and Dagoth-Ur.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
I'm waiting.
That's 2 of the 3 factions. We'll find somebody in glass armor. I'm assuming that means they're a buoyant armature.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it.
Yep, there we go.
All our intelligence is old. No one has ventured far inside the fence for years. This map shows the locations of the citadels of the various ash vampires, 6th house creatures that have become more numerous and powerful, and the most powerful can conjure powerful Daedra. Until recently, we've been able to clear routes to keep them clean with raids, but no longer. There are no safe refuges or services inside the fence. You must return here to rest and heal.
Alright, quite a few spots. So, I mean, it says the first part is kind of a race, which is a little vague. Alright, I'm gonna try avoiding the citadels that are in the later steps. But let's see what we can... let's see what we can do. Might have already been in here. Let's take a minute. Let's see. Cool. Glass. So I guess this answers the question as to whether or not I went to the mine before. They're not.
have made your last mistake.
Oops.
That was my bad. I really should have paid attention to that.
Greetings to you, brother.
So I wonder if I still have any of the glass. Nope, they took it all. Damn. So that's a net 600 that I lost off of that. I kind of thought the thing was abandoned because it's full of Nyx hounds and they're talking about how they can't get raiding parties out. Okay, I don't remember how to get out of here. Reasonably far. Red Mountain before. I just don't really remember where everything is. I think it was because I was trying to help the pilgrim. Slightest lapse in the ghost key. I don't know if following the ghost key necessarily gets me to the most interesting places, but you're only making me more angry. That changes things a bit. Do I actually need to rest here? Okay.
You've ascended to level 42. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck to saps, but you know that you've earned every ounce of your success.
Who's raising sheep on Red Mountain? I don't think I'm ever gonna find those spots that I, Oh, hang on, I think this might be it. I remember there was a spot with a Storm Antronak that, kept crashing. This might be it. I remember when I first came here, it was full of terrifying new monsters. And I either got rid of all of them or they've just stopped caring. Alright, so ideally I don't. Or actually, hang on, this isn't, I think this is the spot I'm looking for. I think at this point I'm just gonna find the first place that I can go into and start beating up whatever I can find. Probably stand to be attacked like I'm a little more trained in. Technically found a buyer for him now. realize I was going to be encountering a boss so soon. Alright, so, let's just see where this is in relation to the plan. Was Endus on the list? No. He was just a bonus. I thought he was a, Dwemer for a moment.
Silence by Ganfril Kimeth. I've heard of you, said the old vagabond, very impressed. Aren't you the adventurer who slew all those ash vampires in the Ghost Gate a couple of months back? That I am, said Oristan Silverthorn, with a weary smile for his admirer. He knew that his name was not yet legendary, and that it was best to be polite. And you are? My name would have no meaning to you, but I'm Error Darathil, he said, raising a glass of grief. I hail from the region of Ghostgate, which is how I heard your name. Are you on an adventure as we speak? Yes, said Silverthorn, with a grim expression. I'm challenged to rid the Grayslands of a rogue battle mage by the name of Ergaramo. I've heard of him as well, said Darathil. He's said to be a very powerful and an implacable foe. That is why I'm drinking now, sighed Silverthorn. So tell me, what is your profession? I do nothing, said Darathil, with some measure of pride, but in my youth I used to teach the skills of illusion at the University of Gwillem. Perhaps you can help me then, said Silverthorn, suddenly excited. Can you teach me the spell of silence? I will certainly pay you. I know that spell, said Darathil. You might find invisibility very helpful as well, or perhaps darkness, which would allow you to sneak up on old Egroamro. No, said Silverthorn firmly. I only have time to learn one spell. I have to kill Egroamro, collect the reward, and be back in Nisus as quickly as possible. My wife worries when I'm away. Darathil agreed, and as the two settled back into their seats at the corner club and tossed back glasses of grief, the old man shared his knowledge of the spell. He explained what it truly meant to bend sound, creating a cone of silence as glass can bend light. He had Silverthorn close his eyes while he tapped the side of his glass, making him picture the sound as the physical entity it was before it was extinguished. The adventurer, after a few hours of instruction, paid the old teacher and set off on his way. Indoranian, Egroamro's stronghold was not far from Saedrith Mora, and he soon saw the blight and ruin that was the battle mage's calling card. Delving into the depths of the ruin, Silverthorn was set upon by the servitors of the villain, living and undead. With his enchanted ebony blade, he cut through legions before facing the master himself in the desolate main hall. Egroamro bowed to his adversary sardonically, and then prepared to unleash a fireball to incinerate him. Before he had uttered the first word of the spell, he suddenly found that all the creaking and sighing of the ruins around him had been stilled. He opened his voice to speak, but there was no sound. Silverthorn took his time, strolling across the length of the hall before dispatching the battle mage with one stroke of his blade. The adventurer rushed back to the Tribunal Temple, where he had received his quest, accepted the gold, and was back in his house at Nisus, but a few days later. His wife Laia was beside herself with worry. All I could do at night after night is toss and turn. I kept imagining you burned to ashes by that battle mage. Where would that leave me? Do we have enough gold so that I could support myself if you, Saint Saren, let it not be so? If you were killed during one of these jaunts? I don't think so. Why couldn't you get a nice position at the Fighters Guild right here in town? I hear they're looking for a trainer for the Imperial Guard. I know, you want a life of adventure and danger and freedom, but if you'd only take one moment to think of me stuck here all by myself worrying about you, I suppose you'd like it if I took more of an interest in your work, but it's like I was telling Sir Calasia Vignum the other day. I said, Calasia, how good is a husband? Leah continued to talk, deaf to the fact that her words were dead before they left her mouth. Silverthorn smiled and nodded his head, enjoying the silence. He could have killed Egroamro without the spell, he considered, but he could not have survived his wife. Kagranak's journal. The contents of this handwritten journal are in an unfamiliar script in an unknown language. There are many complex diagrams, heavily annotated with numbers and strange symbols. The title page, however, is clearly marked in Eldmaris Kagranak's journals.
I got space. I don't think I need any more repair tongs. least do a little damage for banging him the door a few times. Too much further, let's get some rest in. I didn't think this was the same way that I came in. I guess that's really it. Yep. Alright. Now the real question is, where do I go from this? This was kind of the first real obvious stronghold on the way. Well, that big long bridge is a good indicator. So it's not so clear where these are. As much as I would like to take the Daedric Warhammer, I think the time has come for me to...
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Lavinia Nelvani. How can I help you?
What are you doing here?
I'm a crusader.
What do you crusade?
I'm what they call a crusader. Crusaders used to be warriors in service of a cult, but now they're any heavily armored warrior with a good cause. My good cause is hunting down necromancers and witches and bandits and other malefactors. They do well by doing good. Salvage on arms, armor, and goods taken from malefactors earns me a good living. I'm tough and strong, so I wear heavy armor and use blunt weapons. And I won't fight with worn weapons or war armor, so I'm my own armorer.
Speaking of... Oh, do I not have any repair tongs left? Fair enough. him for not seeing it.
Stupid!
This will be the end of you.
Wow, I just smashed his shield. Or not.
You imp. Have you?
Damn, I really need more practice with this weapon. Don't even care what it is, I'm automatically taking it.
The 36 Lessons of Vivek, Sermon 17. I am an atlas of smoke. With this, Vivek became greater than he had been. These were the days of Resdayanya, when the Chimer and the Dwemer lived under the wise and benevolent rule of the Elmsivi and their champion, the Hortator. Seek me without effort, for I take many shapes. The Hortator was still trying to subdue the heavens with an axe. He was thrown out of the library of the sun by the power of Magnus. Vivek found him in a grub field outside the swamps of the Deshan Plain. They walked for a span in silence, for Nerevar had been humbled and Vivek still had mercy in his hand. Soon they were walking across the eastern sea to the land of snakes and snow demons. Vivek wanted to show the Hortator the fighting styles of foreign tongues. They learned how the idiom stroke from the pillow of the Teseki king. It is shaped like the insight of this page. The Teseki serpents vowed to have their vengeance on the west at least 3 times. They walked further and saw the spiked waters at the edge of the map. Here the spirit of limitation gifted them with a spoke and bade them to find the rest of the wheel. The Hortator said, "The edge of the world is made of swords." Vivek corrected him. "They are the bottom row of the world's teeth." They walked to the north to the elder wood and found nothing but frozen bearded kings. They came to the west where the black men dwelt. For a year they studied under the sword saints, and then for another, Vivek taught them the virtue of the little reward. Vivek chose a king for a wife and made another race of monsters, which ended up destroying the west completely. To a warrior chief, Vivek said, "We must not act and speak as if asleep." Nerevar wondered if there was anything to learn in the south, but Vivek remained silent and only led them back to Red Mountain. Here, Vivek said, is the last of the last. Within it, the Sharmat waits. But they both knew that the time was not ready to contest the Sharmat, so they engaged in combat with each other. Vivek marked the Hortator in this way for all the Velothi to see. He sealed the wound with the blessing of I Am Azura. At the end of the battle, the Hortator found that he had gathered 7 more spokes. He attempted to attach them and form a staff, but Vivek would not let him, saying, "It is not the time for that." Nerevar said, "Where did I find these?" Vivek said that they had collected them from around the world, although some had come invisibly. "I am the wheel," he said, and took the shape. Before the emptiness at the center could live too long, Nerevar put in the spokes. The ending of the world is Elmsivi.
I hope that was clear to you all. Some lockpick practice. the weapon just because I'm getting a little low on inventory. So I'm probably gonna have to make some decisions about what I want to take and what I want to leave. For now, I'm gonna run with this. That wasn't the way to Van Mile. I think I'm going to follow the path just to see where it goes. We can always turn around. Alright, I hope I can get somewhere other than Dagothur here, because I'm clearly not ready for it. This is obviously going to be a way to... Mind you, it would be kind of fun to just come in and beat the crap out of him when I have him for a while and then come back. deserve that. I suspect it's intentional that it's not so clear where the paths are. It does make me feel a little reluctant to explore. Be careful with these guys. They can take a lot of health off me. Did my restore magic? I just... Oh, no, there it is. So the plan isn't entirely clear about what areas I should be checking out first. I've been trying to avoid the named ones. But at this point I think I'm just gonna try and find some kind of fortress, wherever it is, and clear it out. Alright, so I'm a little curious about this. More than one chamber. I feel like I've definitely been here before. I'm just trying to find out why. It could just be that it's a similar layout to a previous one, but obviously there's enemies still around, so if I was here, I wasn't very thorough. But the names as well as some of the rooms look really familiar. Alright. I realize this is a little early, but it is extremely late where I am, and this seems like a really good spot to start for next time, so we're gonna finish it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry that this was a little bit more of a, kind of a low energy one, but I wanted to get something recorded this week. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you a week from now to do what's probably the final quest.